Hey lovely, welcome to Error's Place, where you're truly sane. On this channel, my goal is to provide education on mental health issues while integrating the Christian faith by attempting to analyze old and new societal issues that catch my attention. Now, my intention is not to diagnose anyone, but to just simply share my own opinion. So I'm here today to talk about an issue, a societal issue that caught my attention, and I'm hoping that I'm able to answer some of the questions that people have out there. And it's about a domestic violence situation. There's a lady on, I think it was on Facebook, that posted a video of how she was battered and all of that. You could see her face. I'm going to share the video. She was like battered, like really beaten. And there she comes on again to with a letter to just kind of paint her abuser in a good light. I think the story out there was that after she made that video, some people reached out to her to try to help her, and her way of saying she does not need help was to make a video to appeal to people to respect her matrimonial situation, to not worry that she's fine, even though it was clear that she wasn't fine. So people started to wonder, why would she want to stay there? Why can't she just leave? Why can't she just take the help? So this video is to kind of help you understand that domestic violence situation can be very complex. We still have to, in a way, show some kind of empathy. So here are 5 factors why victims of DV stay with their abusers. Number 1, emotional factors. Under that, you have fear. There's that fear of the abuser's retaliation or the fear of the unknown, and this can make a victim feel trapped, feel that they're helpless, they can't do anything. Then there's the love and hope. Victims oftentimes have love for their abusers, and they hold on to this hope that things will change, things will get better, that they don't make what they are doing, just like what you saw her trying to give excuse about. Low self-esteem. Abuse can eat away a person's self-worth, making them believe that they deserve the mistreatment. Like she's giving you a reason like, oh, it was her fault because of what she wore, what she did, what she was not supposed to do. So something like that. So the number 2 factor is the social factor. Isolation. Abusers oftentimes isolate their victims from friends and family, leaving them with little support. Abuser would often tell a victim, or is us against them, that kind of a conversation kind of thing. And the next one is stigma and shame. Victims might feel ashamed or embarrassed about their situation, and they fear being judged by others. So they rather just stay in the situation. Cultural and religious beliefs. Some cultural and religious norms might discourage leaving a relationship even if it's abusive. You stay in there, obey him, listen to whatever he tells you, forgetting that the lady has feelings as well. The practical factors. This will fall where financial dependence. Economic control by the abuser can make it difficult for victims to leave due to financial constraints. So you're going to a relationship, a man tells you don't do anything or whatever, you depend on him for everything. So yeah, definitely. I'm not saying it's in all cases, but most cases. Children. Concerns about the well-being and custody of children can make living even more complicated. So if you have a spouse that wants to use your children against you, that makes it even worse. Lack of resources. Limited access to shelters, legal aid, and other resources can pose significant barriers. And again, speaking as a Nigerian, I don't know how much of this we have in Nigeria. So if we already lack some of those amenities or those ways to help people, they don't want to leave. So I know there's some other private organizations that try to do some things though, but they can only do so much. And the 4th one is psychological factors. This will be trauma bonding. Abusive relationships can create a strong emotional attachment known as trauma bonding. And this is where the victim feels a connection to her abuser despite the abuse. They feel like they are there to help each other. She has this again hopes that she's there to help him or vice versa. Denial and minimization. Victims might downplay the abuse or deny the severity, believing it's not as bad as it seems. Just like the lady we saw with the swollen face and all of that, she's still saying it's not that bad. It was her fault. She disobeyed him. The last factor is faith-based factors. Religious beliefs. Some victims may stay due to their religious convictions, believing in forgiveness and the sanctity of marriage. I want to talk on that, but I'll come back to it. Faith community support. Lack of support from their faith community or fears about how they will be perceived within that community can also play a role. So I want to go, let's just stay here a little bit with this. I mean, I know of some cases, or I've heard of some cases where a Christian leaves their marriage because of abuse or because of just its unhealthy ways and all of that, and they are ostracized for that, they are victimized, they are called all sort of names for that. And I want to say here that God did not sanction abuse. God is very much against abuse. And I just wish that our churches would do better, and kind of, not just churches now, I don't want to just put on just say churches, but we know what we're saying, like our Christian body would do better. Let's think safety first before we try to bring reconciliation. If either parties, whether the man or the woman, is crying out, let's hear them instead of making them feel like they are the problem, or making them feel like they're not doing something, they're not praying enough, or they're not studying their Bible enough, or whatever it is that we put there in our Christianese and all of that. But how about we just stay with them and commend them for even speaking up, and commend them for their bravery. It takes a lot to walk away from an abusive situation. How about we commend them for doing that, then see how we can sit down and help both parties. And if at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, we should not make them feel like they've done something grievous. I don't know. This is just one thing that that kind of bothers me sometimes as a, first of all, as a Christian, then as a clinician. And even when I talk to clients, I just sit down, pray and Lord, help me say the right things and just be able to see them as they go through their issues, because if you're able to give them the right support and show some kind of empathy, you never know how that would turn out for them to be able to go back to their marriages or work things out. But in the moment, they just need support. So I hope we can do better as Christians and as humans. Don't be quick to just assume the worst or whatever you don't know, because wearing the shoes, you don't know where it hurts. I'm not excusing any form of abuse, but I'm just trying to help us learn to see things from both sides instead of just having a narrow mind about a situation. So yep, that's all I have. I just thought I would share my thoughts on that video. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this video, and please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.